Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The war keeps going in Ukraine, and the Russians had I would say, massive drone attack. I was about to say missile attack on Ukraine on the 10th of February 2024, which is Saturday. The Russians attacked a few oblasts, and the Ukrainians claimed they had a good job in hitting a lot of the drones. So let's start with the first article that we have here, plus we're going to go to some maps. The article comes from Ukrainska Pravda and is from Saturday, February 10th, 2024. Russians attack Odessa Oblast with 3 waves of drones, wounding 4 civilians. Russian occupiers attacked Odessa Oblast 3 times with attack drones on the night of 9th to 10th February. 4 people were injured. Okay, let's see where Odessa is, right? Odessa is right here in the south by the Black Sea. That's a town that Russians also claim to being Russian, and they will probably work into taking control of it. I would be surprised if after this war ends, if the Russians are being successful, they will allow the Ukrainians to have any access to Black Sea. I would be surprised if all this right here will not get into the Russians' hand. If obviously if they can't do that, well, let's remain to be seen. The Russians launched the first wave of drones on Odessa. All 9 Shahed drones were destroyed by air defense units. However, the debris of one of the downed UAVs damaged a technical building of the port infrastructure, and one of the company's employees was wounded. The Russians launched the second and third waves of attack drones at the Danube port infrastructure. Air defense forces destroyed 12 drones. 3 people were injured, all of them were employees. The Russians also struck at the civilian infrastructure of Izmail. The technical premises of industrial and service facilities were destroyed, and the road surface, lorries and cars were damaged. In addition, windows were smashed in a puppy peep. The attack pop. Okay, let's see where Izmail is. That is on the Danube River. It's right here at this little corner. So this is Izmail right here. That's Reni, that's Izmail. So this is where the Danube River flows, crosses Romania, Dobroja, and goes down here, and then from here it goes and flows into the Black Sea. The Snake Island is right where my hand is, right here, and it's Ukrainian now. What can you do? So they attacked Izmail. In the meantime, the Romanians, NATO, got its planes out like the Poles. So little by little they will get involved more and more in this war. I have another article that I looked over and says that the Romanians ordered and NATO fighters being in the air while the Russians attacked Izmail. So that's the first article. Let's go to the next article, which comes from the same guys, from Ukrainska Pravda again. And here it is, the same, Saturday the 10th February 2024. Air Force destroys 23 of 31 Russian Shahed drones. Okay, the Russians have attacked Ukraine with 31 Shahed 136/131 UAVs on the night of 9th and 10th of February. Ukrainian defense has managed to destroy 23 of them. The Russians launched drones from the town of Balaklava and Cape Chauda, temporarily occupied Crimea, and Kursk Oblast. So Balaklava and Cape Chauda, and then it says Kursk. So let's go back to the map. We're going to go to the Crimean Peninsula. The Balaklava is right here. Balaklava by Sevastopol. And Cape Chauda is right here. Now I'm going to show you the map like that. So you can see the Crimean Peninsula. So from here by Sevastopol, and from this little cove right here. And this is the Kerch Bridge, the Crimean bridge that the Ukrainians eventually will work hard to destroy. And then we got Kursk. Kursk is right here. This is the oblast. So it's from here and from down here. They attacked Odessa and then some other oblast we're going to find in this article. The Russians launched drones from Balaklava and Cape Shauda and Kursk. As a result of the combat work, 23 Shahed drones were destroyed within Odessa and Kharkiv Oblast. So we know Odessa is this and Kharkiv is here. So everything that came from the Crimean Peninsula ended up in this oblast, and then everything that came from Kursk ended up in Kharkiv or Kharkov Oblast, here where the situation is not doing very well for the Ukrainians in Kupiansk. But we'll see. Let's see what else these guys are having to say in this article. The Russians mostly targeted Odessa and Kharkiv Oblast, mostly. Anti-aircraft units and mobile fire groups of the Air Force and Defense Forces, as well as electronic warfare equipment, were involved in repelling the air attack. Now, you know that the Poles said that they will get their Air Force up whenever the Russians use missiles approaching the Polish territory. There is a Lviv area. And it seems like the Romanians are doing the same thing. Well, I would do the same thing if I have a problem with as a little war next door and they could, cross into my territory. But it's very interesting how these guys are so attentive to this, but they're not attentive to other developments related to other missiles crossing and falling on their population. Nevertheless, it's a good thing, but accidents will happen. Like, for instance, I don't know, they will say one of our airplanes was attacked or something, and that's a provocation. It's like in kindergarten. Is that impossible? No. Likely 50%. But I don't think the Russians want to expand the war. I mean, I'm personally 99.9% certain that they don't want to expand the war. I mean, they're fighting, 30-some countries on the other side, not Ukraine. Ukraine is just guys who unfortunately use their territory and are used and their nation to be decimated. And they fight their brothers for interest, financial interest and dominance interest. Now, and culture as well, but you change the culture, you're gonna change the way people look at the world, and then you're gonna take over whatever garbage you put in that country. So no missiles, only drones. They alternate. And now that we have Syrskyi in charge, we'll see what he's going to do. It seems like the Americans will, it seems, I already said that have the overwhelming percentage or odds I would give that the Americans will give the Ukrainians billions of dollars. They're probably not going to give the 118 billion, as they said, the whole package. Now they're talking about 96 billion. And that's supposed to make us feel better about it. Now, as you can tell over there, the Russians killed only civilians and some infrastructure, and they had 23 drones downed out of 31. Well, that's the way it is. Unfortunately, these guys fight like crazies for other people's interests. That's my general assessment. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.